Good morning, everybody. I'm going to do the energy check-in for Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. Over the weekend, I did do a reading. It wasn't a check-in, it was a reading just to kind of see, how the spring equinox has shifted the energy. So if you hadn't seen that video, do take a look at that. I believe it's entitled New Energy for Three-Party Situations. It was a beautiful reading. So, but I'm going to go ahead and just do the weekly energy check-in as I usually do. As always, if anybody's interested in a personal reading, the information is in the description box. I have two different readings that I offer, a 30-minute reading and then a 60-minute reading. 30-minute reading can usually be for two people. If you are wanting a three-party situation, you'd need the extra time for that because it's basically two readings in one, because I'll do a reading on the karmic situation and then I'll do another reading for you and your counterpart. So I'm doing two readings. That's why you need a little more time for that. So if anybody's interested in a three-party reading or, just, a basic two-party reading, I offer two readings. So the information is in the description box. So let's go ahead and get started with this energy check-in. I call upon my guides, guardian angels, and ancestors. Spirit, what is the energy check-in for Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine for this week? What is the energy for this week? Look at that. First card out, spring. So spring, oh, I don't like that. So definitely spring has caused a shift, okay? We do have, oddly enough, we do have the bound, all right? We have the devil again. That actually did come up in that reading. Kind of came in and threw off my whole reading. So, it came up in that reading. It is coming up again. So I'm feeling like, I feel like the reason why this bound is coming out is because, again, I do feel like, for three-party situations, I feel like Divine Masculines, where they realize they've been bound for so long, this spring energy is coming in to really shift that, okay? So I do feel like, even though it is showing up, it has showed up twice, I feel like it is going to be rectified. In fact, let me see if I can't pull a clarifier for that real quick. Spirit, can you give me a clarifier for this bound, please? Give me a clarifier for this bound. We do have signs and we do have mirroring, okay? So I feel like the signs are, pointing, I feel like the twins are mirroring right now because they're seeing signs, okay? They're seeing signs. I feel like, again, the spring energy has brought in some new energy. Where Divine Masculine has been bound, I feel like there is a shift in that, okay? So now starting to see the signs starting to mirror, okay? But I am going to go ahead and pull a clarifier for this devil card. Spirit, can you give me a clarifier for this devil? And looky there, looky there, looky there. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. So we have Four of Wands. Okay, this can mean two things, though. Okay, this can mean two things. This can mean either Divine Masculine has been bound in the karmic situation because of his foundation. We've seen that several times. Okay, he has been bound to the karmic because of the foundation. But on the other hand, this is also saying that where he's been bound, this spring energy is now coming in for this shift to bring him towards his 11-11 twin flame, Divine feminine, okay? So two different things. I think that's actually the perfect card to clarify that, because again, I have felt for a very long time that divine masculine has been bound because of the foundation, not because of love, not because of emotions, because of the foundation that he has built there with the karmic, okay? That's always been my analysis, only because it's come up so many times, okay? It's always been to me about the foundation for a lot of them, okay? That's not for everybody. Everybody's situation is different, okay? Everybody's karmic situation is different, but I feel like for the most part, oh, my cat is knocking down the... So, for the most part, I do feel like most divine masculines do stay because of the foundation that they have already built. And, you know, a lot of them don't want to have to leave the foundation, especially if they have kids. You know, they stay because the foundation that they've built between their kids. Let's see. Let me look at this picture. I'm actually seeing I am seeing a child in this picture. All right? There is a child in this picture. So, yeah, you know, I feel like, you know, for the ones that have children, you know, that's part of the whole foundation, okay? But at the same time, this energy, this spring energy that is coming in is helping divine masculine to get unbound from the foundation and actually take him to his twin, his 1111 twin flame divine feminine, okay? So regardless, I feel like the bound has been an issue in the past, not so much an issue now in the, you know, with the shift. In fact, let me go ahead and pull a clarifier for spring, okay? Spirit, give me a clarifier for spring. For this spring, give me a clarifier for spring. So we have the Three of Wands. Wow, 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands. So that's graduating from one step to the next, okay? This is also about action, and Wands are masculine energy. So this is definitely, you know, speaking of divine masculine, this is waiting for good fortune, waiting for your ships to come in, waiting for the energy that you've sent out into the universe and waiting for it to come in and, you know, and receive that fortune, okay? Receive that good fortune. And part of that good fortune has to do with, you know, getting out of one foundation to go to, you know, the foundation that is in his heart, okay? The foundation that's in his heart. The foundation that has to do with his love, okay? With his love, with his emotions, where his actual feelings are, okay? With his twin, okay? So with it clarifying, you know, spring, okay? This is the new energy coming in with that spring equinox, okay? This is basically saying that, you know, yes, there's new energy that's come in. So basically it's just waiting now. It's just waiting for that good energy to come in for, you know, each individual divine masculine, okay? Again, it's not going to hit every single one right now. I feel like it'll be through the season of spring. I feel like it's going to be through the season of spring, which is why, you know, we are seeing it come out. Very first card. You know, it'll be through the but you know, this could also be divine feminine as well waiting, okay? This could definitely be divine femme, okay? Because this is for both of them. It's not just for one. So it could also be, you know, divine feminine waiting for the good fortune, you know, for her 1111 twin flame, okay? But working on that devil energy being bound to the foundation, okay, is what this is about. But the fact that this is coming up, okay, the fact that the Three of Wands is coming up is saying that good fortune is coming in. You know, it's just to wait for it, be patient for it, but it is coming in, okay? So not to worry, everything still looks good. The signs and mirroring, all right? If you know, with this Four of Wands coming up, you know, it's clearly, you know, twin flame 1111. I feel like there's mirroring right now with the twins. There's signs and mirroring, so it looks good. It looks good. Let's see what's still blocking, okay? Let's see what's still blocking. What's still blocking the twins for this week, Spirit? Do keep in mind that it is a weekly check-in, okay? But it doesn't have to necessarily be just this week, you know. Sometimes there's a delay, or sometimes it could have already happened. You know, it just depends. This is sticking out. I'm going to go ahead and take that. One more, Spirit, one more. All right, so right now the two blocks we have shocking and we have excuses. I don't really know what these have to do with. Now, in the last energy check-in for the karmic situation, we did see there's a tower moment, okay? We did see, because the karmic wasn't even really showing up very much in that reading, okay? You know, they weren't. The karmic was not really showing up. Their energy was not showing up, so I had to kind of clarify why that was happening. And we did see that there's a tower. There is a tower that was going on between them. So it could be, you know, whatever that tower is about, okay? What do we have to clarify that? We had the moon. Okay. I said in that reading, I said that, you know, I felt like... you know, some karmics are probably, they're probably shocked to find out that divine masculine is back in communication with divine femmes, okay? I feel like a lot of them are back in communication, and I feel like the karmic has figured it out. I don't feel like she's expressing it too much to divine masculine, but I think she knows, okay? That's probably why this shocking is coming out. It's probably saying that, yeah, she is probably shocked to find that out, and that's why they're going through a tower moment. So, you know, and you know, we do have excuses, okay? So, the excuses, you know, I mean, the excuses can be just about anything. The shocking, I do feel like, has to do with the karmic partner. Again, like I said in that last check-in, I do feel like she kind of knows that there is communication backup. So I feel like the shocking, I feel like, so I do feel like if the karmics know, and we're not talking about all karmics because they're different groups. Now, remember, there are some who don't know about the divine femme. There are the ones that do, the ones who do magic, the ones who try to keep the divine masculine bound. And then you have another small group that they're trying to leave the situation, but they're just waiting for the right opportunity. You know, they could be waiting for money to come in. They could be saving money on the side. You never know why they hadn't left yet, but there is a small group. We've seen it. We have seen it in my readings, because I do start a brand new reading every time, but I am a continuation reader. I try to bring in the facts from past readings into the previous readings, okay? I try to bring them along, continue the story, okay? So I feel like, you know, again, you know, there is that group of them that that is trying to leave, because we've seen it. We've seen it maybe a few reads ago. We've seen that, okay, where there's some karmics that are trying to leave, okay? So, you know, that could also be part of this excuses. It could be, you know, that, you know, it could be that divine masculine is having to make excuses, you know, trying to make excuses for the karmic partner, you know, how can I say, trying to make excuses in order to keep things running smooth for now, okay? But it also can mean that, you know, either divine masculine or divine feminine are making excuses to each other. Why they still hadn't at this point been able to come together. Okay, there could still be excuses. All right. Everybody's situation is different. But, you know, these are coming up as the blocks. So right now it's about something shocking and excuses. Okay. This could also be, you know, the karmic making excuses to stay, you know, for now. Okay. Or making excuses to keep divine masculine close. You know, because anytime that the karmic, you know, has these negative energies, it will block divine masculine from moving forward. Okay, so typically the blocks do have to do with the karmic blocking why they cannot move forward, right? So right now, these are what the blocks is. It's shocking and it's excuses. So, like I said, I do feel like this shocking is because most of them do understand that divine masculine is back in communication with divine femme. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and pull a clarifier for the shocking. All right, let's see. Spirit, give me one card for shocking, please. One card for shocking. And here it is again. Here it is again. The devil. And this time I don't have to look it up. So that's twice. All right. That's twice. The devil. All right. So, so yeah, I do feel like this shocking has to do with the fact that karmic partner has realized that divine masculine is back in communication with divine feminine. It is shocking. She's upset. So now trying to do whatever she can to keep him bound. Okay. She's trying to make up any excuse to keep him bound now. Okay. Any excuse to keep him bound. But the thing is that I mean, you know, for the ones that are doing magic, I will tell you, you guys do have it a little tougher. Okay. You do. Because certain types of magics are very, very difficult to break. Okay, they're very difficult to break, especially for the ones that use vessels, because the only way to break those vessels is to either actually destroy the vessel itself, or the target has to get cleansed. They have to do a 21-day cleanse, but in order to get the target to understand that they're being worked on, that you know, that they're getting hit by somebody, that's the difficult part, is to try to convince the target that they're being hit. Okay, so that's the reason why the ones who do magic, which we do have the devil twice, so I am seeing, you know, especially the karmics that do magic are showing up pretty strongly. Okay, they're trying to really keep the divine masculine bound. Okay, and yeah, it's difficult because there's only two ways to break those vessels, like I said, and it's very difficult to break them, especially if the two live together. It is difficult to break those vessels. So you guys do have it the hardest. I mean, you do. You really, really do. But for the rest of you, I feel like what has been bound, what the karmic has tried to bound the divine masculine to keep him there, I feel like it's not going to work. The ones where there is magic, unfortunately, your situation is a little tougher. I'm not going to lie. Okay. But for the rest of you, I feel like even though the karmic is clearly trying to keep him bound, the devil, that's two devils here, you know, I still don't feel like it's going to work. Okay. So, but yeah, wow. Yeah. Karmic is not real happy right now about finding out. Well, let me pull from here real quick. Is not happy about finding out about this new communication. So let's see. What is it that the twins need to work on in terms of healing? Oh, you know what? Hold on. Hold them up. Let me pull the messages real quick. Spirit, what messages does the counterpart have to say? What messages does their higher self want to tell? the divine counterpart that's listening, for the listener, for the viewer. What messages does their counterpart have to say to them? All right, so we have, number one, we have, would you reject me? And then the other one is, trying to see what the time is. Would you reject me? And I've never forgotten you, even though you think that I have. So I feel like for the ones that are not in communication, these messages are for you, okay? For the ones that aren't really in communication. Divine Masculine is asking, would you reject them? They're wanting you to know that they've never forgotten you, even though you may think that they have. So I'm having messages for the ones that are in communication, and then for the ones that are not in communication, okay? So that's kind of good. You got a mixture of both here, okay? Because some of you are in communication, some of you are not. For the ones that are in communication, Karmic knows about it, okay? Karmic knows about it and now making excuses to try to keep the Divine Masculine bound. However, you know, for the ones where, well, the ones that are not doing magic and trying to keep him bound, I feel like it's not going to work, okay? The signs are pointing too much towards the feminine, okay? The ones that are doing magic, a little bit more difficult. For the ones that are not in communication, okay? For the ones that are not in communication, you know, there's still excuses being made as to why there's no communication. There's still excuses that's blocking communication, okay? So there's excuses and something shocking going on in their life right now. But it does have to do with the karmic partner, okay? Keeping them bound, okay? So, you know, that's why you're not in communication. But these messages are for you, at least, okay? Divine Masculine's higher self wants to know, would you reject them? And they've never forgotten you, okay? So now let's go ahead and see what messages in terms of healing. Oh, wow. Okay, so we have imagine and we have determination. I love it. Okay, imagine. It says, let me pull one more here. All right, so we have imagine, okay? It says, clearly visualize the life you want. Feel it in your heart and soul, and so it will become, okay? So I do feel like that is, you know, what is happening. I do feel like, you know, Divine Masculine, for the most part, has really been thinking, okay? Thinking and waiting, and so is Divine Femme. Thinking, and, you know, Divine Masculine has realized that there's a lot missing in his life. Yeah, he may have the foundation that he can go home to every single day, but everything else is missing, you know, the passion, the intimacy, the feelings, the love, all of that is gone. And so I feel like he's trying to imagine his life with, you know, with everything it is that he wants, okay? And, you know, while he's imagining this, also Divine Feminine as well, Spirit is saying, you know, clearly visualize what it is you want. Feel it in your heart and soul, and it will become, okay? Also, determination, okay? And I do feel like Divine Masculine is starting to have more determination. But these messages are for both, okay? Not just for one. It says, Determination, perseverance, and patience will lead to a positive outcome. And what did I say about this? I said that about this. I said, you know, good fortune is coming with this spring shift. It is coming. You know, you just need to have a little bit of patience, okay? And, you know, have patience and determination. It will come. Now, we do have surrender, okay? We do have surrender. It says, there is no point in pushing the barrow up such a steep hill. Go back to the start. Surrender your expectations. There is an easier way. When the time is right, a new path will appear, okay? So, I feel like with the surrender, I feel like that is divine masculine too. Needing to surrender to this being bound, okay? He needs to surrender. He needs to surrender that because, you know, there's a new path for him, all right? There's a new path, and it's going to require for him to visualize it, imagine it, and use his determination, okay? He'll need to surrender that to that. However, this is also for divine femmes. For you divine feminines out there who... Here's the thing about surrendering. Surrendering doesn't mean stop loving your counterpart and just turning your back totally on the connection. That's not what surrendering means. What surrendering means is to give up expectations. When you give up expectations and you leave it to the universe and you leave it to the divine, they reward you for that, okay? So surrendering doesn't mean to turn your back completely. It means to stop having expectations, which is what this says. Surrender your expectation. There is an easier way. When the time is right, a new path will appear. Surrender. A new path will appear when the time is right. Don't push it. Don't push it, okay? And look, it says right here, there's no point in pushing. There's no point in pushing. Surrender the expectations. You don't want to push. You don't, how do I want to say this? You don't want to push the situation, because when you push too hard, you can actually repel energy. This is why it's important to surrender, to give up expectation. Leave it all up to the divine, okay? Leave it all up to the divine. And when the time is right, a new path will appear. So I know that when it comes to surrendering, it can be scary for a lot of divine femmes. It can. But surrendering doesn't mean to stop loving your counterpart. It doesn't mean that you have to give them up completely. That's not what it means. It means to give up all expectations and leave it up to the divine and leave it up to the universe. Putting it in the hands of God, source, you know, whoever you believe in. That's what surrendering is. All right, let's one oracle to close this reading out. All right, regeneration. Regeneration. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read it from the book. If I can find it, let's see. Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. So regeneration. All right. Regeneration. What regeneration means? It means rebirth, second chances, new opportunity. Oh, this is judgment. That's what this is. That's judgment. Judgment day is coming. All right. All right. Rebirth, second chances, new opportunities. Okay. Let's see. It says, second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. For relationships, it says, the world is based on connections and relationships. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only illusions. There is life after death, love after loss. And in this moment, you are radiating and regenerative. You are a regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. Now is a time when you will see evidence of this new emergence. Can you feel it? Love is rising up to greet you. So, again, this is a lot like judgment. This is rebirth and second chances. So Spirit is saying what you thought was lost, what you thought was dead is now being rebirthed. And it is. With this new energy that's coming in, there is new energy and new opportunities for a lot of twins, okay? Yes, there is still this devil that is in the mix, all right? But I do feel like with determination, and I do feel like with the help of the angels and the universe, I feel like they are still leading divine masculines who are in a karmic situation into another path, to his divine feminine, his twin, okay? It's just about waiting and having patience right now. That's all it is. So imagine it. Imagine it. It will happen. Just imagine it and keep up the determination. Surrender any negative feelings or any negative feelings that no longer serve you and any expectations. And if you can do that, this is the gift. Second chances, rebirth. It's on the horizon. It's on the horizon. So we just have to believe in it, imagine it, and it will happen. So that's it for this week. Well, that's not it. That's it for, okay, let's say that again. That's it for this energy check-in for this week. So I will talk to you all soon. Don't forget, if you have questions, I have answers. And again, all my information is in the description if you're wanting a personal reading. We'll talk to you all soon. Bye.